All right, now for the slow Vinyasa class today, we're going to take this a bit more into the back line of the body. A lot of crossing the legs here, so kind of the opposite of hip opening, getting into the outer hips, and some of the engagement that brings things into center, a lot of twisting. So just have that in mind. So get this started. Let's start this on our knees. And it's going to be a kneeling position. Let's actually stretch out the feet here to begin. So go ahead and have the toes tucked behind you and see that it's all 10 toes. You can always reach back and make sure that the pinky toe cooperates on each foot. And then just dig your toes down. Come to sitting on the heels. Bring yourself to upright. And keep the feet active with the toes pressing down. Now understand, if you tighten the soles of your feet, this can be excruciating if you hold this for too long. You can let it go anytime. Try to hold on to this as best you can though and breathe. And now you can always just let this go. We're going to start this out just seated for a bit. So you can come to sitting on the tops of your feet or take a cross-legged seat if that suits you best. If you can tolerate this for about a minute or so, just stay where you are. But whatever position you take, keep your spine upright. So draw from the belly, around the low ribs to keep your torso vertical. And just bring your hands to your lap. Open your palms up toward the ceiling. Let your shoulders sink down. Keep your neck nice and long. Bring your chin in just a little bit. And just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then when you're ready, just start to deepen your breathing here. So with your inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat, so slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. Now when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. Now whether your toes are tucked or not, go ahead, bring your hands forward. And just shake out your feet for a moment here. Move your legs. And then bring yourself back to an upright seat. Again, ideally sitting on your shins. You take a cross-legged seat if you need to. But again, bring yourself upright and we'll take things slow to start. So with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands down through the heart center. Inhale, reaches up high. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reach up high. Now with the exhale, bring the hands down through center and then over to your right side. So both hands down to the floor. Look over the right shoulder, lift your hips a little bit, and just feel a bit of a twist to the left side of your torso. And then just go ahead, release this and switch this out. Bring the hands down to your left side, press down. Look over the left shoulder, lift your hips and feel that stretch to the right side. And we'll switch this out again. Now this time, just set the right hand down at your right side, but reach the left arm right. So stretch your left arm long, look over the right shoulder, maybe lift your hips up a little bit higher. And then switch this out. Left hand down at your left side, right arm reaches left. Now stretch out long here, look over your left shoulder, maybe press your hips forward. And then just take one more round. Come back through center. Right hand down at the right side. Left arm stretches to the right. Now as you reach for your left arm, look over the right shoulder and just breathe here. And then bring it back down. Come to the left side again. Left hand down at the left side. Right arm reaches left. Stretch this out long. Look over your left shoulder and hold. And then just bring it back down to center. Now once you come back down, walk your hands forward. Come into all fours. Take a moment here, just move around a little bit. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side. And then just come into center. We'll take this into the hands and into the wrists right away. So wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips just to set this up. Look down at your hands. Now keep the palms facing down. One by one, rotate your hands. Fingertips out to the side. Try to rotate toward your knees. And just come as far in that rotation as you can with both hands. Now spread your fingers out wide, grip the floor with your fingertips, press your spine up toward the ceiling, and just hold this here. Now keep your spine lifted. Let that stretch move through the wrists and into the forearms. And if this is enough, just go ahead and stay here. Now if you want to take this further, keep that grip, but see about stepping your right foot straight back. And then bring the right big toe as far to the left as you can. Straight right leg, lock the knee. Now with the leg still straight, lift your right foot. Feel that lift in the glutes on the right side. Look over your left shoulder. Maybe you see the right foot, maybe not. But you're still gripping the floor with your fingers. Now to take this further, with your right leg stretched over to the left, we're going to pulse this. Bring the heel up higher on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come back to center, both knees down. Now keep gripping the floor with your fingers. Step your left foot straight back, big toe to the floor. Bring that left big toe as far right as you can. Now keep the leg straight, lock the knee, and then lift the left heel. Now look over your right shoulder. Maybe you see the foot, maybe you don't, but keep gripping the floor with your hands, and then pulse the heel up higher on this side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come back to center, back to all fours. Now from all fours, come up onto your fingertips here for a moment. And then walk the hands into right in front of your knees. Now, with the hands this close, I want you to flip them over. Backs of the hands down, palms facing up, the fingertips pointing toward you. Now, flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down, and really just keep some tension in your hands. You can always shift more of the weight to the legs and go light on the hands, or you can always bring the weight further forward, but keep your fingertips pressing down either way. Now, it's enough just to be here. Try to press your spine up toward the ceiling. Again, keep your fingertips pressing down. And if you want to take this further, start to move from the legs. So put the weight to the left knee, and then just cross the right knee past your left leg. Take it slow. Come back to center with your knees side by side. Then come over to the right. Left knee comes down over to the right side of your leg. And then bring it back to center. And just keep on shifting back and forth like this. Now as you're moving, still concentrate on your fingertips. Keep them pressing down. And just take it back and forth. Keep your balance. You don't have to take things too fast. And as you cross the legs here, maybe even tighten the cross, more like an eagle bind. And if you're going back and forth with the knees, just take it through one more round. So try to finish this with your left knee coming over to the right side. And then bring this back to center. Come up onto the fingertips, come down to sitting on your heels. Just take a moment, shake your hands out, loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then once the hands are ready, bring your legs out from underneath you, I should say, and come down to a seat. Now once you're down, we're going to set this up for a couple variations of a reverse tabletop here. So feet in front of you about hips width distance apart. Set the hands behind your shoulders about shoulder width. Now it's palms down, fingertips forward if you can. You can always back off for the wrists and rotate your fingers to the sides, right and left if you need. But press into the hands and press into your feet. Lift your seat up off the floor. And let's take this up and down. So with the inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come down. And then inhale, lift, and just hold here. Now, keep your hips lifted. Keep your glutes squeezing. You can look forward or look up or hang your head back. Keep your chest lifting as well. Just breathe. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come back down. Now, once you're down, just take a moment, shake your legs out a little bit. And we're going to take this a little bit differently this time. So we're going to do this with a cross of the legs. You're going to be pressing into one foot. And just work this as best you can. You can always have both feet on the floor. But to set it up, just press into your feet. Bring your hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Again, whatever rotation you need. And then lift your seat up off the floor. Now step your left foot into center. That's going to be your base foot. Cross the right leg over the left. Now you can keep this loose. If you can, slide the legs in a little bit closer. And try to squeeze the legs, get tight in toward each other so the knees stay more or less in line. And just lift this as best you can. So with an inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift up again. And exhale, lower. Now inhale, press high and hold here. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep the legs squeezing toward each other, and just keep breathing. And again, you can look forward or up or hang your head back. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Both feet down, bring your seat to the mat, shake your hands out for a moment. And we'll switch it out. So when you're ready, press into your feet, bring your hands behind the shoulders again, press into your palms, lift your seat up off the floor, and then bring the right foot to center. Now that's your base. Cross the left leg over the right. You can keep this loose or squeeze the legs together tighter if you like. But let's take this up and down. So with the inhale, press your hips up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift your hips again. And exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high and hold here. Now keep your hips lifting, keep your glutes squeezing. Squeeze the legs toward each other and just breathe. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, come all the way down. Once you're down, take a moment, shake your hands out just a little bit. And then go ahead, set your hands down behind you and twist. Just fold the knees to the right and to the left and just loosen up. And then just bring this into center. I want to take this into both. So bring yourself toward an upright seat. Go ahead, take hold of your knees and lean back. Now as you lean, bring your feet up off the floor. You can touch your toes down if you need to, but try to keep the feet lifted. And keep yourself sitting up tall best you can. Now you can just stay right here, and this is good enough just to balance this. And if this is enough work, it's good enough. If you can take it further, bring your shins toward parallel with the floor. Just go ahead and bring your arms to your sides. And just breathe with this here. Now, to work the core further, and you can always just stay here if you need to, but otherwise, we're going to take it halfway down and come back up. So for that, with an inhale, just lean back, extend your legs, come down halfway. Exhale, bring it back up to boat. Inhale, sink halfway down. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift again. Inhale, lower. Now with your exhale, come up one more time and just set your hands and feet down. Shake out your legs for a moment, loosen things up. And we're going to come back into boat, and this time we're going to work some compression here. Now, when I talk about compression, what I'm referring to is the hinge of the hips. So right where your leg connects to your pelvis. And to compress, you're going to push your torso forward toward your thigh as much as you can, and ideally close that gap between your upper body and the upper leg. So the more compression you can get by reaching forward and just drawing in that tension of these muscles right at the hinge of the hip, the better. Now if you need to, you can press your hands down behind you and press yourself into your bent leg. We're going to take this back and forth, and this is going to be the bottom of a pistol squat. Easier entry than if you were coming down from standing. So bring this to balancing back to boat. Now we're going to take this side to side. So from here, I want you to bring your right foot down, left leg goes forward. So set the foot, extend your left leg, press your torso into the right thigh, round forward as much as you can. Your butt should be lifted from the floor. And you can always bend your left knee, keep in mind if your hamstrings are tight. Set yourself down, come to a seat and bring your legs together. Now on the other side, left foot down, right leg forward. Press your torso into your left thigh as far forward as you can go. You can always bend the right knee. And then come back to your seat. I'm going to go back and forth like that. Right foot down, left leg forward. Press your torso forward as far as you can. And then come back down, legs together. Left foot down, right leg forward. Press your torso into your left thigh. And then bring it back down. Come back to your seat. Right foot down, left leg forward. Press yourself forward again. Bring yourself down and come back to boat. Left foot down, right leg forward. Press your torso to your left thigh. Come back down. Legs back together in boat. One more round. Right foot down, left leg forward. Hold here. Now keep your torso pressing forward. Look forward. If you want to go further, maybe reach the arms forward as well. Squeeze your legs toward each other. Use your inner thighs. And then come back down. Back in the boat. One more time the other side. Left foot down. Right leg forward. Press your torso forward to your left thigh. Hold here. Now if you can take it further, maybe reach the arms forward, but still hold the same compression. Legs squeeze toward each other. And then come back down. Back to boat. When you're ready, cross the ankles. Roll forward your hands. Find all fours again. And once you're in all fours, take a moment here. Move around. Stretch out your legs. Let your body twist. Let your shoulders and hips move a little bit side to side. And then we're going to take this into the upper body here. So we're going to take this into the shoulders. Now to bring it down to the dolphin, I want you to bring your forearms down to the floor. And you can have your forearms parallel with the palms down, or you can press your palms together, whatever suits you best. Just see if the elbows stay at about shoulder width. Now when you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your knees, and bring your hips up high. And you can stay loose with this. You can bend your knees. If you need a break at any time, just bring the knees down and come back up whenever you're ready. If you can take it further, go ahead, walk your feet forward, get your hips higher still. And it's enough just to stay here. Now press in your hands, distribute the weight across your forearms. If you can take this further, I'm going to cue this into dolphin push-ups. So you can always do this with bent knees, keep in mind. Now for that, with an inhale, bring your chin forward toward your hands as far as you can go. Exhale, press back, hips up high. Inhale, forward for 2. Exhale, back. Forward for 3. Exhale, back. Forward for 4. Exhale, back again. Forward for 5. Exhale, back. Now forward for 6. Exhale back. Forward for 7. Exhale back. Forward for 8. Exhale back. Forward for 9. Exhale back. And then forward for 10. Exhale back one more time. Set your knees down. Come up onto your hands. And just take a moment here to breathe. Move around. Now bring yourself back into center. I want to take this from the hands and take this onto the side, actually. We're going to take this onto the right side. So I want you to bring your right forearm down to the mat. And then go ahead and extend your right leg out. Come down onto your right hip. So this is going to be a reclining position to start. The right forearm crosses your mat. Keep the toes of the right foot pointed to the side and step your left foot behind your right leg. Now the left hand comes down in front of your chest. Lean onto your left hand. And then press into both hands. Press into your left foot. Lift your right hip. Now keep the toes of the right foot pointed to the side. As best you can, lift the right foot up off the floor, set it back down, lift your right foot again, and set it down. Lift the right foot, bring it back down. Now lift it one more time, hold here, and we're going to pulse this up even higher, so keep that right leg straight. Bring it up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come back down. Now come back to center, back to all fours. You can shake things out a little bit. I'm sure your inner thighs are going to feel a little strange after that. Now let's come down to the other side. So you're going to come down to the left arm and onto your left hip. So left leg extended, keep the toes pointed to the side, step the right foot behind your left leg. Right hand in front of your chest, lean onto the right hand. Now press into both hands, press into your right foot, lift your left hip up off the floor. Now, when you're ready, lift the left foot up as high as you can, and then set it back down. Lift your left foot, set it down. Left foot up again, set it back down. Lift the left foot, now keep it lifted this time, keep the toes pointed to the side. And then pulse it up higher, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down. Come back to center, back to all fours. And then from all fours, just take a moment here, move around. Now I want to move a little bit further and take this through a little bit of a sequence here just to warm things up. So work this as best you can. We're not going to do this too fast, but we'll take the first round slow, and then it's breath to movement after that. Just work to keep the pace best you can. Not going to be too hard, but we'll definitely warm you up. So to start, resting the shoulders and knees underneath the hips in all fours. Just keep looking down, keep your chest facing down, but tuck your toes and keep the knees down here to start. So now when you're ready, with an inhale, just extend your right leg straight back, reach for the toes. And then pull the right knee to your chest, round your spine, nose to knee. Now the toes of your left foot are tucked, press into your hands. With your next inhale, straighten both legs. Come to a three-legged dog with the right leg high. And then come back down into all fours. Toes are tucked on both feet. Now let's do this on the other side. Press in your hands, keep your chest facing down. Left leg extends straight back. And then pull this in, knee to chest, round your spine, nose to knee. Now the toes of the right foot are tucked. With your next inhale, straighten both legs, come to your three-legged dog. And then bring this back down and come to all fours. Now breath to movement like that, side to side. Inhale the right leg straight back. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten both legs, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, come down to all fours. Other side, inhale your left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten both legs, three-legged dog. Exhale down to all fours. Inhale your right leg back again. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale both legs straight. Exhale all fours. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten both legs, three-legged dog. Exhale all fours. Couple more rounds. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale all fours. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then exhale, all fours. Inhale your right leg back again. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, down to all fours. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, both legs straight. Exhale, all fours. We're going to do one more round. Inhale your right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, both legs straight. Exhale, all fours. Inhale your left leg back. Exhale, lead the nose. Inhale, both legs straight. Exhale, all fours, and then just stay here and breathe for a moment. Now, if you like, you can just stay here and breathe, take a little break, maybe take another stretch before you move on. But once you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and come into your downward facing dog. Now, once you move into position, feel this out. Hands about shoulder width distance apart, press into your palms. And flatten your hands so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Now, sink your chest down low, but as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can. And try to keep that long, straight line from the wrist creases through to the hips. So pulling through your belly, round the low ribs, keep some tension in your core, and keep your hips pressing high. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, if your legs are tight, go ahead, bend your knees a little bit. And you can always just stay loose. You can pedal this out and let your hips move side to side. Now, when you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round, and let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then from wherever you are, just release any grip that you have. And keep the knees bent to begin, but restack your spine. So just slowly roll this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then just release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift this up halfway, fingertips to the floor or to your shins, lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat. And step this back to high plank. Now find your shape here. Wrists underneath the shoulders, palms pressed to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up high. Stay lifted. Keep your core engaged. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, set your knees down. Now shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. Now we're going to take this down to low cobra. So when you're ready, just slowly flatten this out. And keep the hands down at your sides. Elbows stay pulled in. Now when you're ready for me, with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Look forward. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now just stay lifted here. Now keep the lift in the upper body. Press down into your feet. Squeeze your glutes. Keep your hips pressing to the floor. Now as you draw the shoulders back, pull the elbows in. Take some or all the weight out of your hands. And work to lift up a little bit higher. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, I want you to stay lifted, but bring your hands down. Now one by one, slide your hands forward. So we're going to come to Sphinx pose here. So shoulders underneath, or elbows underneath the shoulders, I should say. And then forearms parallel, palms down. And just hold on to this here. Now the lift is in the upper body still. So kick down into your feet, squeeze your glutes, press your hips down toward the floor. And then pay attention to your hands. Now grip the floor here. Try to pull your chest forward and reach the top of your head toward the ceiling. Bring your chin in just a bit. This might be enough right here. Keep that tension in your glutes. Now if you want to take this further, go slow. Keep pulling with your hands. Maybe start to lift the elbows a little bit. So you're trying to draw your spine forward, up and out of the pelvis before you worry about bending too much. Maybe just come up a little bit. Maybe even straighten your arms. Take this to where you can. Keep your chest pulling forward. And then slowly bring this back down. Now as you roll back down, bring the hands back under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides, palms to the floor. And we'll take this to upward facing dog. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, straighten your arms. Pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active. Work to lift your knees up from the mat as you kick your feet down. Now squeeze your glutes. Pull the hips further forward to deepen and lengthen the arc through the front. Keep your glutes tense. When you're ready here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your hips up high. Come back to down dog. Now pedal out here for a moment, let your hips move side to side. And we'll take this through our sun salutations here. Steady movement, take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift this up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Now inhale to standing, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold and bring it back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And then with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga is next. Actually, not chaturanga, but we're going to take this back to high plank. Now from your plank, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, set your knees down. So shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. Now with your next inhale, straighten your arms, pull your chest forward, upward facing dog. And then draw your belly in, bring your hips up high to down dog. We're going to take 2 more rounds like that. So take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. With the exhale, fold and come all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway here. With the exhale, set the hand, step it back to high plank. Now from your plank, take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw your belly in, bring the hips up high to down dog. One last round, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach up high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift here. And then with the exhale, set the hands and step it back to high plank. From your high plank, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. Inhale, bring your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw the belly in, hips up high to down dog. And just give yourself a moment here, paddle this out and breathe. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. Move into a scorpion dog. Bend the right knee, hang the right foot left. So try to stack the right hip above the left for a moment. Now go ahead, square your hips, straighten this out. Come back to your 3-legged dog. Right leg straight. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring this forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Now inhale the right leg high. Exhale forward again, knee to chest. Inhale the right leg high. And with the exhale, twist, knee to left elbow. Now extend your right leg out to the left side so the right foot comes to the floor. You can stay here and keep your body twisted, and this is good enough. Maybe press the hips up higher. Now if you want to take this further, this will move us into fallen triangle. So for that, press into your right hand, roll to the left heel, and then reach your left arm high. Now you should be able to balance this fine. You got 2 feet down and 1 hand down, but stay strong through the right arm, press from the shoulder, keep your hips lifted, and just bring your gaze up high. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just come back down. Both hands to the floor. Right foot steps between your hands, low lunge. And then from your low lunge, we're going to take this to warrior 1. So when you're ready, with an inhale, drop the left heel, bring your hands to your hips, and then just bring your torso all the way to upright. Now give yourself a moment to work out your stance. Deep bend of the right knee, left leg straight. Now, both feet flat, left foot points to the side about 45 degrees or so. Pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Be sure your hips stay squared to the front of the mat. So you can always make it a shorter stance, you can always make it a wider stance. Let this accommodate your hips. Now as you sink your hips down low, take an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to your low back. So interlace the fingers, pull the palms together and draw your shoulders back. Now keep your chest open. And then as you hold on to the shape, keep the hips down low, keep them squared. And without moving your hips, keep your torso upright. Dig into the toes of your left foot, but bend your left knee, lift your left heel, keep the hips where they are in space, and then just set that left heel down. Again, it's a subtle movement. Bend your left knee, lift your left heel, keep the hips as they are. Set that left heel down. One more time, bend your left knee, lift your left heel, keep the rest of your body where it is. Set that left heel down. Now at the next inhale, look up toward the ceiling, draw your shoulders back. And then with the exhale, hinge from the hips, come into humble warrior. So right shoulder toward the right knee, maybe come down inside the right leg. And go ahead, let your head hang. Now you can just stay halfway down. You can round all the way down if you like. And if you want to take this further, maybe press your knuckles up toward the ceiling. This will stretch your shoulders. Now pull the right hip back and the left hip forward still. Now if you want to take it a little bit deeper while you stay in this fold, see about bending your left knee again. Keep the hips in place, lift your left heel, and focus the weight on the right leg. Keep breathing. Now, if you lifted the left heel, set it down. With an inhale, bring your torso all the way upright and reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, vertical twist. Right arm reaches back, left arm forward, open your chest to the right. Back and forth. Inhale, turn to center, arms up high. Exhale, twist again, right arm back and left arm forward. Inhale to center, arms reach high. Exhale, twist, right arm back, left arm forward again. One more time. Inhale, turn to center, arms up high. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward, and hold here. Now reach the arms out wide, look back toward the right hand. Keep that left hip pulling forward. And take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face away. Pull that shoulder back. Now at the right shoulder back, look forward over your left hand. Put the weight to the right foot, lift your left heel. And then just slowly bring your left knee all the way down to the mat. Now once your left knee's down, bring that left arm past the right leg. And deepen your twist, pull the right shoulder further back and look toward the back of the mat. Just breathe here. Now, if this is enough, just stay with this. If you want to go even further, you can slide that left arm further down past your right leg and maybe pull the right shoulder up even higher. And just work this as a twist. Keep breathing with this here. Now, when you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just slowly turn to center. Bring your hands to your hips. Face everything forward. The hips are squared toward the front. And now hinge from the hips, belly to your right thigh. Lift your left knee. And you can take this as many steps as you need to, but bring yourself up to standing on your right leg. Woo, bring your left knee up high and just hold for a moment. Now, once you're ready from here with your left knee lifted, dig into the right big toe, lean forward at about 45 degrees. Extend your left leg straight back and just touch the big toe to the floor. Now, keep your left hip pulling forward, the right hip pulling back. Put a little bit on the right knee. And then just take this slow. Hinge from the right hip, lift your left foot just a little bit. Hinge back, bring that big toe down. Hinge forward to lift your left foot. Hinge back, set the big toe down. Hinge forward to lift the left foot, hold here. Now keep looking forward, but switch your feet. Bring the left foot down to the floor, and then come up to standing with your right knee high. Now once you're ready here, we're going to take an eagle bind. So I want you to bring the right leg over the left. Squeeze the legs together, sink down. And just sink your hips down toward the floor. Now as your legs squeeze, you can always touch your right foot down if you need the support. Keep your shoulders pulled back, keep breathing. And just keep the legs squeezing. Now, if you want to take this a little bit further, go ahead, bring that left hand to the outside of your right thigh. And this will work toward another twist. If you can, go ahead, pull the right shoulder back and maybe fold forward and bring that left arm further past the right leg. Now, you can always keep the toes of the right foot down, keep in mind. Try to keep looking forward. You don't have to take this too deep. Keep your legs squeezing. Keep the right shoulder open to the right side. And then slowly, let's bring this up to standing. Right knee lifted, hands to your hips. And then just set the right foot down. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down to the floor. Now inhale, lift this up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands. We're going to bring this into the crow setup here. Now you don't have to balance this completely, but start to put more weight to your hands. So flatten your palms, dig your fingertips down, grab your mat. Lift your heels and touch the knees to your arms. Now look forward, lean forward, just go slow. Keep your gaze forward and keep your hands gripping. Now you can stay here. If you want to take it even further, maybe come to the very tips of your toes. Maybe play with lifting one foot at a time. Keep your body tense. And if you want to lift both feet, try to lift them together. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and take it through your Vinyasa. Now for the Vinyasa, we'll start this out with plank. Take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. And then shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the next inhale, pull this forward, straighten your arms, upward dog. And then with the exhale, draw your belly in, hips up high to down dog. Paddle out here for a moment. And then from down dog, we'll take this to the other side. Now when you're ready here with an inhale, raise your left leg high. With your left leg lifted, open up to a scorpion dog. Bend the left knee, hang the left foot right, open up your hips. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Now inhale your left leg high. Exhale, forward, knee to chest again. Inhale the left leg high. And with the exhale, twist knee to right elbow. Now extend your left leg off to the right side. You can just stay here and stay twisted, good enough. Or take fallen triangle. Now for that, you drop the right heel, reach the right arm high. Keep your hips lifted and keep breathing here. Keep that left arm strong. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bring the right hand down, step the left foot between your hands, come into low lunge. And then from your low lunge, we'll take this to warrior one. So with an inhale, drop the right heel, hands to your hips, and then bring your torso all the way upright. Now give yourself a moment to find your stance here. Deep bend the left knee, straight right leg. And then feet are hips width distance side to side. Both feet are flat, right foot points to the side about 45 degrees. Be sure you can pull the right hip forward, left hip back. You can make it a short stance, you can make it a wider stance. Let this accommodate your hips and how open your hips actually are. Keep your hips low like this. Now with an inhale, reach the arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring the hands to your low back. Find the grip that feels strange, opposite of what you just had. So interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back, and sink your hips low. Now keep your body as is. Keep the hips where they are in space. And again, this is just a subtle movement here. So while you hold the hips where they are, bend the right knee, just lift your right heel a little bit, and then set the right heel down. Again, bend the right knee, lift your right heel, and then set it back down. One more time, bend the right knee, lift the heel, set it down one more time. Take an inhale, look up toward the ceiling. And then with the exhale, hinge from the hips, come forward to your humble warrior. Left shoulder toward the left knee, maybe inside, maybe round down. And you can take this further, press your knuckles toward the ceiling. That'll stretch your shoulders even more. Now pull the left hip back and the right hip forward. Just breathe here while you're folded. And if you want to take it deeper, then just like before, keep the hips where they are. But bend the right knee, lift the right heel, focus the weight on the left leg, and keep breathing. Now if you lifted that right heel, set it back down. With an inhale, bring your torso all the way upright, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, vertical twist, left arm reaches back, right arm forward, open to the left side. Now inhale, back to center, arms up high. Exhale, twist again, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale to center, reach up high. Exhale one more time, left arm back, right arm forward, hold here. Now right hip forward, left hip back, keep your twist. While you twist it, take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face away. Pull that shoulder further back. Now keep your chest open to the left side, but look over your right arm. Now take it slow. Lift the right heel, bend the right knee, and this time bring that right knee all the way down to the floor. You're still twisted. Once the right knee is down, left arm comes past your right leg. Now use that arm to deepen your twist. And if you can take it further, maybe slide that right arm further down. Keep your left shoulder pulled back. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release the twist. Bring your hands to your hips and fold this down. Bring your torso down onto your left thigh. Now I'm going to take this up to standing. So put the weight to the left foot, lift the right knee. When you're ready, let's bring this up to standing with the right knee high. Just take it slow. Now dig down to the left big toe. Keep breathing with us here. And then slowly hinge from the hips and come forward about 45 degrees. Extend the right leg straight back, touch the big toe down to the floor. Put a little bend in your left knee, keep the hips squared. Now I want to go back and forth here. Hinge from the left hip, lift that right big toe just a little bit. And then hinge from the hip and touch a toe back down. Hinge from the hip, lift that toe up just a bit. Hinge back and bring your toe down to the floor. Now one more time, hinge forward, lift the right big toe, hold here. And then let's switch this out. Set the right foot down. And come up to standing with your left knee high. Hold this. Now once you're ready, pull the bend in the right knee. Cross the left leg over the right. So we're going to take the legs into an eagle bind. Squeeze the legs together, sink your hips down. You can always touch that left foot to the floor. Now maybe stay here, but if you can, go ahead, work this as a twist. So bring the right arm past your left thigh again. Now maybe slide that right arm further down, draw your left shoulder back, but keep looking forward and maybe fold this down deeper. Just work this to where you can and keep your legs squeezing. Now slowly, with an inhale, come to standing with your left knee high, hands on your hips. And step that left foot down. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands. And we'll take this back into that crow set. So hands to shoulder width, press your palms down, grip the floor with your fingers. Lift your heels and bring the knees to touch your arms. Now this goes slow, you don't have to go all the way, but keep gripping the floor with your fingers, look forward, start to lean, and just take this to the edge of balancing or as far as you can go. Now if this is good enough, just stay here. If you want to play around, maybe bring the right foot up and then lift the left. If you're going to balance this completely, try to lean forward, lift both feet at the same time. And when we're ready, let's take the vinyasa. So go ahead, step it back to plank to start, and then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, set your knees down, shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, draw your belly in, hips up high to down dog. Take a moment here, paddle out. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale the right leg up high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to left elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, forward, knee to left elbow again. Stay here, and then extend the right leg out to your left side. Set that foot down. Now you can just keep the twist. If you want to take fallen triangle, drop the left heel, and then reach your left arm high. Hips are lifted, gaze up high. Keep the right arm strong and just breathe. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, back to center, both hands down, right knee to your chest. Step the right foot between your hands, that's low lunge. And then from your low lunge, we'll take warrior two. So with an inhale, drop your left heel. Lift your torso, windmill the arms open out to your left side. And just give yourself a moment to set this up. So deep end of the right knee, left leg straight, one line from the front heel to the back arch. Now sink your hips down. You can always lengthen out that stance, keep in mind. Reach the arms equally front to back. And let's just take this back and forth for a moment. With an inhale, reverse. Left hand to left thigh, right arm high and back. Exhale, extend right over to the right thigh, left arm higher forward. Inhale, reverse this again. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Now inhale, reverse one more time. And then with the exhale, just come back to center. Bring your spine upright, reach forward. And take a half bind. Left arm behind your back, palm facing away. Pull that shoulder back. And open up your right palm toward the ceiling. Now I want to take this back and forth to a variation of half moon. So keep your left shoulder back, but look down the length of the right arm. Now put the weight to the right foot, lift your left heel, drag your left big toe forward till all your weight's centered on the right leg. You're going to keep it bending that right knee. Left shoulder pulled back, left hip stays back, look forward. Now go slow. Hinge from the right hip, lift that left foot just a little bit. Hinge back and touch your big toe down. Hinge forward and lift your left foot again. Hinge back, touch the big toe to the floor. One more time, hinge forward to lift the left foot and hold here. Now you don't have to take things up too high. Keep reaching through the right arm. Keep the left shoulder and left hip higher than the right. And keep your body open to the left side. Just breathe. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly release this. Hands to your hips, step the left foot back, open to your left side. And we're going to take this to a horse stance here. So heels in, toes out, deep into the knees. Bring your thighs down toward parallel with the floor. And then when you're ready, just come into center, reach the arms out wide. And we're going to take this as an eagle bind. So it's going to be right arm under, left arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs toward your face. Now draw the shoulders down, elbows up high. And if you can't get the palms together, just reach the opposite shoulders and do what works. But keep the arms crossed, keep them squeezing. Spread the shoulder blades apart. And then sink your hips down low. Now, we're going to take this over to the left side a few times. We're going to keep this low. Keep your hips at this level, but bring your weight to the left foot. Step your right foot back and across. And then pressing your left foot, step the right foot wide, come back to horse. Again, weight to the left foot, bring the right foot back and across, stay low. And then step that right foot out wide. One more time, weight to the left foot. Right foot back and across again. And then step your right foot wide. Now, a little bit differently into balancing. Put the weight to the left foot. And this time, lift the right leg, right ankle to your left thigh, come to a figure four. Step your right foot wide, sink down to horse. Over to the left foot again. Right ankle over your left leg. And then step your right foot out wide and sink your hips down. One more time, weight to the left foot. Right ankle over your left thigh, hold here. Now keep the right knee to the side, keep the toes curled on that right foot. Keep the arms crossed and keep them squeezing. Shoulders back, elbows high. Maybe sink your hips lower, but just breathe. Woo. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and release this. Come back into horse. Hands to your hips. Now look at the right foot pointed toward the front of the mat. Come to stand in the right foot and bring yourself up with your left knee high. And just hold. Now dig into the right big toe. When you're ready, let's take a standing twist. So left hand stays in your hip, right hand at the outside of the left knee. Now draw your left shoulder back and open your chest up to the left side. This is good enough right here. If you want to take it further, reach that left arm back. If you want to go even further, you can reach the right hand to the outside of the left foot, but just take things to where you can right now. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just turn to center. Hands to your hips, left knee still lifted for a moment. And then set your left foot down. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, let's take that crow setup again. So palms down, grab the floor with your fingers, lift your heels, bring the knees to touch your arms. Now look forward, lean forward. Just take as much weight in your hands as you can. You can stop at any point. And if you want to play around with this, keep looking forward. Maybe just lift the right foot and set it down. Maybe just lift the left and set it down. Now, if you're going to take it with both feet, try to lift them together. Keep looking forward. And let's take it through the Vinyasa. When you're ready, just step back to high plank. And from there, take an inhale. Exhale, knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, pull your belly, hips up high to down dog. And we're going to take all that to the other side. So from your down dog, take an inhale, raise your left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, twist, knee to right elbow. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow one more time, stay here. And extend that left leg out to the right. Now maybe just stay here with the twist if you want fallen triangle. Drop the right heel, reach your right arm high. Everything opens to the right side. Keep your hips lifted and keep your left arm strong. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come back to center. Right hand down, left knee to your chest. Step the left foot down between your hands. That's a low lunge. And from here, we'll take it to warrior two. So with an inhale, drop your right heel. Lift your torso, windmill the arms, and open out to the right side. Now deepen the left knee, straight right leg. Again, one line from the front heel to the back arch. Keep your spine upright, reach us equally front to back. Let's go back and forth. Inhale, reverse. Right hand to the right thigh, left arm high and back. Exhale, extend, left elbow to the left thigh, right arm higher forward. Inhale, reverse this again. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Now inhale, reverse this one more time. And with the exhale, just come up to center, reach the arms out wide. Take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face. When we pull that shoulder back, open up your left palm toward the ceiling. And keep your chest open to the right side. We'll take this toward that half moon variation. So put your weight to the left foot, lift your right heel. Drag the right big toe forward to all the weights in your left leg. Now right shoulder and right hip stay pulled back. Keep looking down the length of your left arm. And you can always keep that left knee bent. Now go slow. Hinge from the left hip to lift the right foot. Hinge back and touch that toe down. Hinge forward to lift the foot. Hinge back, big toe to the floor. Hinge forward to lift the foot and hold here. Now right shoulder and right hip stay higher than the left. You can come further forward if you need to, but keep your body open to the right side. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Bend your left knee, set the right foot down, hands on your hips. And just bring this into your horse stance here. Heels in, toes out, just a wide-legged squat. Get your hips down low. And then settle in the center, reach the arms out wide. Now this time, eagle bind, left arm under, right arm over, cross at the elbows, palms to touch thumbs with your face. And again, reach to the shoulders if you need to, just do what works. Now keep the arms squeezing, shoulders down, elbows high, keep your hips low. And let's tap it over to the right side, so put the weight to the right foot. Left foot back and across, stay low. And then step your left foot wide, come back to horse. Again, over to the right foot, left foot back and across, keep your hips low. And then step your left foot out wide again. One more time, weight to the right foot. Left foot back and across. And then step that left foot wide. Into balancing here, put the weight to the right foot. This time, figure four, left ankle over the right thigh. And then release, step your left foot wide, come back to horse. Over to the right foot. Left leg crosses over the right, find that figure four. And then release, step your left foot out wide again. One more time, weight to the right foot. Left leg over the right, hold here. Left knee to the side, toes, left foot curled, shoulders back, elbows high, just breathe. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, just step this out wide back to horse. Now hands to your hips, pivot on the left foot, point the toes forward. Come to standing with your right knee high. Woo, come all the way up, there we go. Now once you balance, let's take this into a standing twist. So left hand to the outside of the right knee. Pull the right shoulder back, open your chest to the right. Good enough here, stay tall. If you're gonna go further, reach that right arm back. And if you want to take it even further, you can use your left hand, take hold of the right foot. All right, now still balancing here. Turn back to center, hands and your hips, right knee still lifted. And then just set that foot down. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands. Let's take it to crow again. Palms down, grip the floor with your fingers, bring your heels up, and touch the knees to your arms. Look forward, lean forward, take it slow. And if you're gonna take it further, maybe bring the right foot up. You can set it down, maybe lift your left foot and set it down. If you're gonna lift both feet, lean forward, look forward, try to bring your feet up together, still gripping the floor with your fingers. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then move through your vinyasa again. So go ahead, step back to high plank when you're ready. And then knees down, shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw your belly in. Hips go high to down dog. Now from your down dog, when you're ready, let's take half pigeon. So with an inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead and flatten your left foot, straighten the left leg, pull your left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. Sink your weight straight down. And look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip or toward the glutes. Now, you can stay here with your spine toward upright. This is good enough. You can always go deeper if you want to back bend in that direction. You can melt down to the elbows. You can come down all the way. Just take the version that suits you here. And just breathe into this for a moment. All right, now if your hands are forward, walk them back into center. We're gonna take another pose here. So once the hands are close enough, roll down onto the right hip, swing your left leg forward. We're gonna take Lord of the Fishes. So the right heel comes outside your left hip. Step your left foot outside the right thigh. And you can always take this pose with the right leg extended and the left leg crossed. Either way, get your sit bones down on the mat. And then once you're ready, left hand sets down behind you. Inhale the right arm up high. And with the exhale, move into your twist. Right elbow past your left thigh. Now keep your spine tall. Reach the crown of the head straight up. Look back over your left shoulder. And use your right arm, press it into your left leg. And just breathe here. Keep your spine extending, getting taller as you look back over that left shoulder. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Bring both hands over to your right side. Now when you're ready, turn back to center. Hands behind you. Lean back, untangle the legs. And then roll forward to your hands. Step back to down dog. And let's take this on the other side. So once you're ready, inhale your left leg high. With the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Go ahead, flatten the right foot, straighten your right leg, pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left. And just sink your weight straight down again. Now again, keep your hips squared, feel some of that stretch on the left side. You can stay upright, you can go deeper toward a back bend if you want to extend even more, or you can melt down, maybe come down to the elbows, maybe come down all the way. And again, just take the version of the pose that suits you best right now. Now again, if the hands are forward, walk them back into center. When they're close enough, lower yourself to the left hip, swing your right leg forward. And let's take the twist on this side. So now it's left heel outside the right hip or left leg extended. So right foot steps outside your left thigh. And whichever version you take, just get both sit bones down to the floor in between your heels. Now the right hand sets when you're ready. Inhale your left arm up high. And with the exhale, move into that twist, left elbow past your right thigh. Now keep your spine tall, reach the crown of the head up. Look over the right shoulder. Use your left arm, press it to the right leg, and just breathe into this here. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, just release the twist. Bring both hands over your left side. For a moment, open your chest to the left. And then turn back to center. Hands behind, lean back, untangle the legs. And then come all the way down onto your back. So once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and just squeeze things in tight. And then go ahead and release your left leg, extend it out fully. Left arm down to your side. Now right arm inside the right leg, take hold of the right big toe. Once you got that grip, pull down. Now as you pull with the right hand, press up with the right foot. So keep the tension working both directions, up and down. And feel that stretch on the back of the right leg. Now, you'll probably have your knee bent when you feel that stretch, and that's fine. Just keep pulling down, pressing up, and breathe into the tension. And if you need to change your grip, you can use one or both hands. So you can hold the foot, the ankle, the shin, the thigh, whatever suits you best. If you got a straight leg, draw the big toe over your shoulder, but just take this to where you can. Now take an inhale here when you're ready. And with the exhale, just slowly bend the right knee, lower it toward the side of your ribs. When the foot's low enough, change your grip. Right hand to the outside edge of the foot, left hand to the other side. Now stack the ankle above the knee, pull down with both hands, and press that foot back up at the same time. So keep the tension working both up and down. And this is a half happy baby variation. Now as you hold on to that tension, let that stretch the inner right thigh a little bit further and just breathe into this. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, just release your grip. Bring both knees into your chest again. Squeeze down. Switch it out when you're ready. Extend the right leg. Right arm at your side. Left arm inside the left leg. Take hold of your big toe. Now once you got that grip, pull down. And then just slowly extend your left leg up toward the ceiling against that grip. And just go ahead and stop when you find that stretch on the back of the left thigh. Now if your knee's bent, that's fine. Just hold on to the stretch. Hold on to the tension. If you need to change your grip, again, one or both hands. You can hold the foot, the ankle, the shin, the thigh, whatever works best. And if you can do this with a straight leg, draw the big toe directly over your shoulder, but just breathe here. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly just bend the left knee, lower toward the side of your ribs. When the foot's low enough, left hand to the outside edge of the foot, right hand to the other side. Now stack the ankle above the knee best you can, pull down and press the foot up at the same time. Now keep the tension here and feel that stretch on the left inner thigh. Take a deep inhale. Now, at the exhale this time, just release your right hand. Let's take the full pose. Draw your right knee in. So the hands come to the outside edges of the feet. Pull down. And as you pull your knees toward the floor, press your feet toward your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both directions, up and down. Let your spine flatten out. Sink your tailbone toward the floor as best you can. You can rock this side to side if you want to take it further. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body sink down into the mat for a moment. Now when you're ready, let yourself move again bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And then take an inhale, reach your arms out long past your head, let your body stretch for a moment. And then draw this back in, bring your knees toward your chest, pull the elbows in as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then just ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Now take a deep inhale here. Hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. Now, thank you for joining class. Namaste.